Lorna. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on today. How's everything going with you?
Good, good. Everything's going good.
Excellent.
Awesome. So,
Awesome.
why don't you tell me about how you got started in real estate?
Well, honestly, we've been for many years, my husband and I, who are both sub-two and gators,
Yeah.
have been wanting to do real estate for a very, very long time. But time, money, lack of money, um, life just got in the way and we weren't able to really fulfill what we were targeting. We were focused on our W-2s and
Hmm.
it kind of just stopped there. But then at the end of last year, at the last quarter, I resigned from my job after being there for 17 years, and you kind of wanting to take a different direction. And
Wow.
I was very supported by my husband and my family, which was great. And I started doing some consulting for the same type of work that I was doing, which was corporate events.
Oh, nice.
But
Okay.
at the same time, little by little, Greg and I have been speaking about getting into real estate and getting our investments going and trying to structure that a little bit more. And then he was introduced to Pace Morby and he introduced me. So, pretty much that the rest is history. He's exposed us to a completely different perspective of different opportunities that are available when it comes to real estate. When we thought real estate was just a small, a small planet.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're talking about the entire solar system, right? There's
Yeah.
just so many different avenues, and we realized that we really didn't need a lot of money or no money to, that we even needed money to start. So
Hmm.
in June 16th and 17th, respectively, we started Sub Two and Gator, and
Why both?
it's interesting because we first started with sub two, and then Greg was, while we were getting all the emails and we started getting involved in the community, we were so into it within those first 24 hours. And he's like, oh my goodness, I think that we should do this Gator program. And I'm like, why do you think we need to do that? He said, because it's a great opportunity for us to be able to raise funds quickly,
Hmm.
and that's of course before really learning that, the whole wholesale opportunity, right? Which
Yeah.
is also quick money. But this is a quick turnaround where we're able to, put a little bit of money down, for EMD transactional lending and then get a good return. And we support funds and then we can support our own deals and we can kind of support other folks. And so we thought we could leverage the Gator opportunity with sub two.
Hmm.
So that's why we ended up doing both of them. And it's been great because honestly, within the first 2 weeks of us being in the sub two community and Gator community, we did our first PML deal.
Nice.
um
So,
so
private
we were
money,
able.
like private money lending deal. Yeah.
Correct, yeah. So but so we were part of Gator, but we did it with a leader in the sub two community. So we have been leveraging both communities to be able to do our business. And then the majority of the things have been, 2 weeks after that we had another Gator opportunity. It was transactional lending, more like Gator 2.0, which goes beyond closing date, loans
Yeah.
that go beyond closing date. And then we've done a few EMD deals as well. So those are closing on Friday. So we're very excited as well. So
What do you prefer between the two, the sub two and the gator? Because there's people who have preferences, right? Where does your preference lie?
yeah, honestly, I prefer sub two because I want to build my portfolio.
Okay.
I want to have properties. I want to, we want to build our portfolio. We want to have properties. And, we've been talking about our niche these past, several days as far as exactly what we want to focus on.
Hmm.
And our focus will be, even though we entered thinking, okay, we want to have like a whole bunch of Airbnbs and we want to have some multifamilies for Section 8, we've shifted to directly focus on solely on affordable housing. So we will be
Wow.
doing like our Padsplit, everything works on the same purpose, right? So Padsplits is for people really to help them because they can't afford
Yeah.
more rent. So it's affordable housing for single folks, but then at the same time, those single family homes or multi-family homes that we do get are going to be more for affordable housing, so Section 8 properties and stuff like that, and living. So we want to be able to help our community, and we both feel that that is the best way that we can do it, and still doing what we want to do, which is increasing our real estate, portfolio.
At the same time, that's amazing.
So,
Because through
thank you.
Padsplits, you're probably not only going to be able to help people out, but it's actually done in such a profitable way, and you're actually building wealth for the long term because you have the equity portion, right? Because you get to keep the property for the
Exactly.
long term. So it's like
Exactly.
it checks off
So
everything.
exactly. And we've been doing a lot of these mentorships that Pace has suggested. So we've done the Own Your Future challenge, and I've been really extremely focused on that. I just completed the Launchpad live over the weekend, and just combining all these different pieces from mentors and coaches and folks in the community. We've realized that you can't think, like earlier, it's like I'm thinking Padsplits, I'm thinking Airbnbs, I'm thinking
Yeah,
wholesales, I'm thinking wraps. We don't, it's not really, it's too much. We need to focus on one thing and be able to service, build ourselves through service, right? We want to help our community, and that is the way that we can help. And then we can expand from those areas. Like we want to be able to provide, single parents, an opportunity where they can build their lives and not have to go to shelters. And I've been in connections through this Launchpad with, folks that are in boards or committees that offer grants for folks that need housing. So it kind of like help us shift our focus and be able to really just get to one place versus having to work on so many things,
yeah,
shiny object syndrome that everybody tends to get.
yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, what market are you actually focused on? Like, what state, what city, and are you doing more than one cities? And if not, like, if yes, then why? If not, then why is it that you're just focusing on one?
Yeah. So we are focused on multiple cities. We're going to have to shift our buy box as well, because originally our buy box was based on Airbnbs and affordable housing. So it was a combination. And then our cities were based on where we
Yeah,
wanted our Airbnbs. But now we're going to be looking for more like, obviously, I mean, there's going to be some nice areas, but we don't want like really, we're going to have to shift let me go ahead and back. We're going to have to shift like our Florida market a little bit. But that's, Florida was our because that's where
you're from.
that's where we
Yeah,
live, right? That's
yeah,
where we live. So Ohio, Cleveland, and Akron are the two cities that we work in Ohio, just because the
amazing.
housing, we're able to get in there with low amount of money.
Yeah,
And the need is there. It's a renter's market. And then the same thing, like we weren't intending to go into Texas, but our opportunities where we've partnered with other sub 2 and Gator students where we share equity on property, they're in Texas.
yeah.
So we've seen the opportunity there, and learning through this whole process, it's a great market to tackle for us as well. So
No, that's really good. So
yeah.
you're really doing a lot of joint ventures too on these projects, right, with other partners.
Correct.
And
Yes.
what kind of JVs are they? Because on these deals, are you working partners? Are you capital partners? Are you like, what are you doing?
Well, interesting. So the property that we got in Texas, we are equity partners,
Yeah.
but we funded part of the deal. So
Okay.
we funded a certain amount of money to close the deal and to proceed with the rehab of the property.
Right. How many partners are
And
there in that deal?
it's 3 of us.
Okay.
So a sub 2 student needed a gator and went to RTC, who's in the Gator community,
Okay.
and she couldn't fund the entire deal herself. So she wasn't sure she was going to be able to fund the entire deal herself. So she asked us if we would be willing, if we would be interested in doing this partnership. She wanted to make sure that her client was taken care of.
Yeah.
So it was just them and us. Then great, we could go 50-50. If not, the 50% that we would have gone, we would split with her if she's able to come up with the funds. And we're all about collaboration. So to
Yeah.
us, it was like, if you can come up with the money, come on down, like we're in it with you. So she was able to, and luckily, so now the sub two student that brought the deal, he has 50%. And then the other Gator and us, we split the other 50, 25, 25.
Awesome. And the other Gator was the TC, right?
She was the TC.
That's
Correct.
amazing. So the so sub two student, a TC, and then Gators, all three in one deal. That's really cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're all about collaboration. So to me, it's like if there's a student that has an opportunity that cash flows, and we'd rather have a little bit of something than nothing, and we're able to support and learn through the process, we're all for that. So
It's pretty
we're
cool
very open
because
to those types of opportunities.
it's really cool because not only are you like helping within the community for like first time sub two students and helping people, other people get equities of the deal and being part of something, but at the same time you're also helping the community out because it's affordable housing, right? And Padsplits, it's rent by the room, so it's way cheaper than renting an entire single family house. So that's pretty
Exactly.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
that's gonna be our focus, and we're very excited about that. And from there, like I said, once we have that running, very smoothly, then we'll go ahead and start targeting some other opportunities that still support, the affordable housing folks, like social workers,
Right.
trying to have an opportunity for them to have access to computers so they can go ahead and apply for jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to have like service centers within the area of where we're going to be having our folks.
Awesome. I know we're running out of time soon. So
Yeah.
did you have any last things that you wanted to say before we go?
Honestly, for anybody that's new to the community that's kind of hearing, this podcast, is stay committed, stay consistent, and focus on one thing, because although you can be successful on multiple things, the success is going to be slower than if you focus on one.
Awesome. That's an amazing message. Thank you so much for Lorena again, especially for coming on. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me on.
No problem.
It was a pleasure. Bye.